UFC Fight Night. Tsarukyan taking on Hooker. This is going to be a live breakdown that I always do on here. Usually Mr. Carter or somebody's on here with me, but today we're going to be riding solo unless Mr. Carter eventually joins in. I know he has some time he's busy on, but he might join in, he might not join in, but just to let you guys know, we are going to be doing this UFC live. Let me clean this camera off. That's a lot better. So yeah, guys, we are going to be doing this live breakdown. This is the Wager Zone. If you guys know, then you guys know that we have been killing it so far. Last week was our worst week we have had for UFC in a very long time. Before that, we were killing it all across the board for the many weeks, and we're here to do it again, guys. If you guys are here for the first time, click that thumbs up, like the video, subscribe to the page, and don't miss out on any of our content we coming out with. We had Cage Warriors out earlier. We had LFA out. We hit our lock of the day play for Cage Warriors. We missed our lock of the day play for LFA because Shaler Lad went out there and got knocked out in the first 30 seconds. The only leg we needed to hit our lock of the day parlay. But overall, it was a good day overall for all sports, guys. If you guys want access to my lock of the day plays, if you guys are here watching the live, at the end of this live, I will be giving you my lock of the day play. So stay tuned. If you watch this whole entire thing, you will get a free lock of the day play at the end of the day. I'm gonna have 3 locks for this card. If you want access to that, go click the link. It's gonna be in my video's description. It's gonna lead you to my Buy Me a Coffee page, and you get access to all of my sports for my lock of the day plays. We have been killing it the last 3 days. So let's keep this train rolling. Sorry, guys. Like I said, UFC Qatar, Tsarukyan taking on Hooker. Let's get right into this first fight of the night breakdown. First fight of the night, guys, is going to be Denzel Freeman taking on Merrick. I think it's Bujlo. I don't know how to pronounce his last name, but guys, this one I'm taking Denzel Freeman, and I'm actually very confident in Denzel Freeman. I think Denzel Freeman is going to come out here, and I can see him just taking the fight to the floor, using a lot of those that overall wrestling that this guy has. This guy has a very good wrestling. If he gets this guy fight to the floor, he can drop heavy ground and pound. I've been watching Denzel Freeman for a while before he even made it to the UFC. I've been keeping an eye on this guy. He was one of my prospects to watch. If you guys ever watch any of my other breakdown videos, and I like this guy a lot, so I do believe he's gonna end up winning this fight. He is a -215 favorite. Bujlo is a +178. The over 1.5 is a +115. The under 1.5 is a -150. So it seems like the odds are already pushing towards the under 1.5. A lot of people don't believe this fight's even gonna go past the second round, even maybe not even past the first round. Personally, I don't either. I think this fight's either going to be done at first or second round finish. Now, if we go look at the props for Bujlo by knockout is going to be a +360. Bujlo by submission, a +650. Bujlo by decision, a +1200. So look at that. Nobody thinks he's going to decision at all, especially on his side. He's either going to get a knockout or a bust. That's exactly what's going to happen for him. I don't believe he will submit Freeman. Freeman is a very good wrestler, very good on the floor. I don't believe he will be able to get submitted. So to me, it's going to be a knockout or a bust for Bujlo. And if you do believe he can get the knockout as the underdog play for the first fight of the night, +360 is not a bad line. If you're gonna bet Bujlo, that's the way you attack it, is at +360. I'm on the Freeman side. So Freeman by decision and +600, Freeman by submission and +500, Freeman by knockout +125. And that's where I'm gonna be at, guys. I'm gonna be on the Freeman by knockout. I believe he gets his fight to the floor and ends up ground and pounding this dude. Like I said, I don't believe it's gonna go past that first, maybe not even past the second round. Even if it gets to the second round, I can see this fight getting finished in like that. I want to say that like probably 2 minute range into the second round. But I do believe Freeman's rest is gonna be way too much. He's gonna get this fight to the floor, and I can see him dropping heavy ground and pound and winning this fight by knockout. So the best way to attack this fight, guys, in my opinion, is that knockout prop, the +125. If you want to parlay Freeman at the -215, that might be a good spot as well. But I do believe Freeman's going to be able to get to the wrestling and just land some heavy ground and pound. So, like I said, the best way to attack this fight is either going to be that money line, parlay him with somebody at a -215. I'll let you guys know in this breakdown if I see any spot that I think parlay him with. But I really like that knockout prop at a +125. I think he goes, like I said, I think he gets in here, gets his fight to the floor, ends up getting a lot of takedowns and just smashing this guy's head in off from the bottom. I think he's going to be on top control most of the fight, using that wrestling and then just drop heavy ground and pound. So I like Denzel Freeman a lot in this first fight of the night. Like I said, the best way to attack this fight is going to be that +125 for Freeman by knockout. But if you guys just want to take the money line, -215, I do believe he gets this fight done. by a finish. If you want to take the inside the distance play, it saves you from the sub. The inside the distance play is a minus 145. I think that's a great line as well. The safest play this is probably the money line. The money line is the safest play, the minus 215. You parlay that with something. The knockout prop is my probably best bet for this whole entire fight. So, like I said, I'm on Freeman. I think Freeman gets this fight done by knockout. That plus 125 looks like a very good spot in my opinion. Now, getting to the second fight of the night, guys. Second fight is gonna be Narulo Aliyev taking on Shamrock. This fight, guys, I'm on Aliyev. I like this guy a lot. He's a part of Khabib's team, and he's a very good prospect out of that team that trains with Khabib. Very good wrestler. He gets his fight to the floor. His striking is getting better and better, and I don't think Shamrock's gonna be able to stop the takedown. Shamrock probably might be a little better on the striking end, but Aliyev won't be. I think it's Aliyev. I think it's Aliyev. Yeah, Aliyev won't be like no slouch in the striking game. He has decent striking as well. I think he has good enough striking to be able to keep up with Shamrock. But once he gets to those takedowns, it's going to be a rinse and repeat from that point. The takedown's going to be there. It's going to be a lot of ground and pound. He's going to be fishing for submissions. He's going to be using those grappling transitions a lot. Shamrock's ground grappling defense is probably okay enough to stop Aaliyah from getting a submission. Personally, excuse me. Personally, I think this fight goes all 3 rounds. If you go look at the odds, Aliyev is a minus 285 favorite, plus 235 on the odds for Shamrock. Shamrock's a plus 235 underdog. The over 2.5 is a minus 190. The under 2.5 is a plus 145. If you want to go and look at the props for this fight, it's gonna be Aaliyah by knockouts at plus 500. Aaliyah by submission is a plus 675. Aaliyah by decision is a minus 110. If you go look at the Shamrock side, where I think Shamrock is probably going to be submission or bust, in my opinion. Like I said, he's a good, he has grappling defense enough to probably not get submitted on the bottom. He's probably going to be throwing submissions from the bottom, in my opinion. But I do believe that plus 500 is the only way Shamrock wins this fight. If you want to go take that, if you want to think Shamrock can win this fight and you're on the Shamrock side, you might as well attack at that plus 500 range, to be honest, as I do believe that's the only way he wins this fight is if he catches a wild submission. Um, but personally, the two best spots I like on this fight are probably going to be Aaliyah by decision, a minus 110. I don't believe he finishes Shamrock. I think Shamrock from the bottom is going to have some good defense enough to stop a lot of those ground and pound and a lot of those submission defenses. I do believe he's going to try to get back up to his feet. He might be able to get back up to his feet a couple times, but Aaliyah would just take him right back down again. One thing about Shamrock, he doesn't have the best takedown defense, but his grappling is good enough to probably get him back up again. But the one thing I like is Aliyev to probably win this fight. So personally, the best way I see attacking this fight, if you want just a straight play on this fight, the straight play on this fight is probably going to be Aliyev by decision at that minus 110. Personally, the best way to attack this fight, honestly, is a parlay piece for Aliyev. I like Aliyev as a parlay piece. I think he wins this fight pretty easily. But I do believe he gets it done by decision. So if you want just the one play just for this one fight, I'm gonna say that minus 110 for Aliyev by decision. But I also like Aliyev on the money line, minus 285 for Aliyev. I think he's probably going to get this fight done pretty easily. Rinse and repeat takedowns, rinse and repeat takedowns. He's from that Khabib team, one of the prospects out of Khabib's team that everyone's keeping their eye on. And I do believe Aliyev's going to come in here and win this fight pretty easily, in my opinion. I don't think Shamrock has a takedown defense. Yes, he's a good grappler, but the takedown defense is just not there. So, in my opinion, minus 285 is a good parlay piece for Aaliyah, but the best way to attack personally, just attack this one fight. If you want to bet for this one fight, the safest play is Aaliyah by minus 110. Aaliyah minus 110 for that decision prop, but I like the parlay piece as well for this fight. Now, guys, the next fight is going to be Ryan Loder taking on Ishmael Nardiev. It's what's it called? Before I get into my prediction, I'll give you guys the odds. Ryan Loder is a plus 112. And, Nardiev is a minus 133. The over 2.5 is a minus 110. The under 2.5 is a minus 120. So it seems like the bookies don't even know if this fight's going to get finished or not. Personally, I have this fight going to decision. If you guys want to know right now, I think this fight goes to over 2.5. So if you guys like the over 2.5, it's a minus 110. You're getting a pick a price on that. I do believe this fight goes to decision. But if you go look at the prop odds, it's going to be Ryan Loder by knockout to plus 500. Ryan Loder by submission plus 600. Ryan Loder by decision plus 400. Ishmael Nadiev by knockout plus 285. Ishmael by sub plus 600. Ishmael by decision plus 300. So, guys, in my opinion right now, I'm taking Ryan Loder. I think Ryan Loder wins this fight. He's probably gonna be my one dog of the night so far that I have. The third fight of the night, I'm taking an underdog. I think Ryan Loder's gonna put it on him. Nadeev is. They want to call him. I guess the best way to explain it, he's like the very flashy guy out of the Middle East that throws up flashy shots and he tries to land something hard to knock you out. But the one thing about Ryan Loder's a dog. He's gonna walk you down. He's not gonna give up. He's gonna be throwing hands at you. And I do believe Ryan Loder is gonna win this fight. It's gonna be a close one. It's gonna be one of those fights where you're gonna be sitting there for that first round, maybe second round. You're gonna be sitting there like, oh my gosh, this is so close. Am I gonna be able to win this fight? But it's an underdog prize. And personally, I don't think Ryan Loder finishes this one. I think this fight's going to go to decision. I think Ryan Loder wins this fight by decision. It's a plus 400 for Ryan Loder by decision. So personally, I don't think either one of them get finished. So if I had to say the best bet for this one, like the safest bet for this fight, is probably going to be that Ryan Loder on the money line. You're already getting plus money on it. You're getting plus 112 for Ryan Loder to get this fight done by a money line price. But if you want to be on both sides of it, because I don't think Nadia finishes Ryan Loder, and I don't think Ryan Loder finishes Nadia. And if you want to, yeah, like I said, it might be a close fight. So a safe spot also might be that over 2.5. You're getting a minus 110 price on that. I do believe this is going to be a close fight, and if it goes to decision, it could be a split. And if you want to be on both sides of the area, you're going to get that over 2.5 at a minus 110. Also, if you want to get the fight to go to decision is a plus 135. So that might even be a better than over 2.5. That plus 135 price tag is going to be there all day. But how I see the fight going is I think that Dave's gonna come out strong in the first round. He's gonna be sitting there throwing some heavy strikes. He's gonna be sitting there like, oh my gosh, is Ryan Loder gonna get knocked out? Ryan Loder withstands the opening shots, and Ryan Loder throws back at him. Then that second round and third rounds, where Ryan Loder takes over because I think the Diaz gonna gas himself out in the first round. But I'm taking Ryan Loder for this one. Like I said, the best three bets I see. The safest bet, Ryan Loder in the money line plus 112. The next safe bet is gonna be the over 2.5 or the price fight to go to decision at that plus 135 for the fight to go to decision. But if you guys want a big price tag, guys, are a big price tag chaser. Ryan Loder wins by decision plus 400. If you want a big price tag, Ryan Loder to win this fight by decision to plus 400. I like that a lot. That might be in like a long shot parlay for myself because I do believe that's a very good spot, honestly. So Ryan Loder is the pick for this one, guys. Like I said, plus 112, good price tag on that. Plus 400, good price tag on that. So I like that one a lot as well. Now let's get into this next fight. Excuse me. Ooh. Next fight, guys. Alexandre Temporia taking on Beksa. I think it's how do you say his name? Alamakan. Guys, this one I'm taking Alexandre Temporia. I like Temporia a lot in this spot, guys. Personally, I'm not one of those guys that's like, oh, I'm betting on him because his last name's Taporia. I don't care. Usually there's like a brother that's not, there's a lot of brothers that are not as good as our other brother. But I do, if you're here, bro, are you doing fight watch along? Yeah, I'm gonna be doing a fight watch along at 7 a.m. KM. Yeah, I appreciate you being here. I'm gonna be doing a fight watch along 7 a.m. Literally, after I'm done with this, going to be making my soccer video. I'm gonna make an NBA video. I'm gonna make my UFC video after this. This is just my live breakdowns, and I'm gonna make my actual video with all my bets in the description. Then I'm gonna go to sleep. I'm gonna be up early in the morning to do this fight watch along with you guys. That's just to let you know, I'll be doing this fight watch along. But yeah, getting back into this one, I like Alexandra Topuria. And personally, I already just like the money line minus 128. It was damn near a pick 'em. I like this a lot. I think Alexandre Topuria is probably the better overall mixed martial artist. I think Alamakan's gonna try to knock him out, land something heavy. But there's one thing about Toporia's boxing is really good. His wrestling is really good. He has good submission defense. He's not as good as his brother, but he's still a very good fighter. I do. Yo, let's go, bro. Thank you. Sorry for no, bro. You're not interrupting. I appreciate you, KM. You're one of my biggest supporters. I appreciate you showing up. But yeah, I'm gonna be on Alexandre Topuria. I think he wins this fight. So, like I said, I already like that money line price minus 128. I think that's a very good spot already for Alexandre. Um, him by knockout to plus 375. Taporia by the submission is a plus 500. Taporia by decision is a plus 300. Al Makan's a plus 225 by knockout. That's the only way he wins this fight, personally. If you're going to be on the Al Makan side, the only way he wins this fight is by knockout. And that's the only way I see him winning. Is if he lands something flush on Taporia, ends up knocking him out. But Taporia has a really good chin. He's going to have a really hard time knocking out Taporia. Submission a plus 2,000. Ain't no way he's submitting Taporia. Like, ain't no way he's submitting Taporia. So, best count by decision, a plus 450. Like I said, I already like that money line price. Minus 128 to me is already the best spot for this one. The over 2.5 is a minus 105, but if you're gonna take the over 2.5, you might as well be on a Taporia side. If you're gonna take the under 2.5, then you might as well be on the Al Makan side, because personally, I think the only way this fight gets finished is if Al Makam finishes Taporia. I personally don't think Taporia is going to be able to finish him. I think Taporia is more of a guy that's going to grind him out, win this fight by decision, land some strikes up top, mix in the wrestling, land some more strikes, mix in the wrestling, kind of like a rinse and repeat type of thing. So I do believe the minus 28 price tag is already what I'm going to be on. I'm going to be on Taporia on the money line, but if you want a big price tag for this one, a big price tag where a lot of people like to chase those plus money spots, Taporia by decision is a plus 300. I like that fight to go to decision as well. I think Taporia wins this fight. I think it goes all 3 rounds. I think Taporia wins this fight pretty comfortably, in my opinion. So give me Alexandre Taporia. Like I said, best bet for this fight on the money line already, minus 128. But if you want a big price tag, Taporia by decision at a plus 300. Next fight, guys, is going to be, let me see if I can say his name. Abdul Rahman Yakayev taking on Rafael Senqueta. This one, guys, I don't have too much to say on this one. Yakayev's gonna knock him out. He's a minus 2,000 favorite. The line is set at a minus 2,200 favorite for him. Kuncera is a plus 1,000. That's crazy. If he wins this fight, you're gonna get him. Bro, just throw something small on what's it called? What's his name? Kuncera or something like that. Rafael. But honestly, I think Yakayev's gonna knock him out, and then what's his name? Yakayev knocks him out in the first round. If you look the over unders, it's very rare you get this. Oh, the over under is set at a half a round. Over a half a round is a minus 220. Under a half a round is a plus 165. It's crazy. The line is set at 2.5 minutes in this fight. Shows you what the bookies think's gonna happen. Yakayev by knockout's a plus 165. Yakayev by submission plus 225. Yakayev by decision plus 900. Yeah, Sakara by knockout plus 1,400. Sakara by submission plus 3,000, and Sakara by decision at plus 2,500. Those are crazy, crazy lines. Personally, if you want, what's it go? Yakayev inside the distance plus one, plus no, I mean a minus 800. Guys, I'm gonna say this right now. Yukaia's gonna knock him out. Yukaia's gonna knock him out. I'm very confident in that. If he wants to take him down and land some ground and pound, he can. But I do believe he's gonna knock out Sakara. Sakara has no chin. Sakara has fought nobodies. Yukaia's gonna be the hardest fight of his whole entire career. I think they're setting up Yukaia for probably a smash, just a smash machine for this one. So I think Yukaia knocks him out. Plus 165 is the best line I see for this. That's the only way you attack this fight. It's taking Yukaia by knockout at minus 165. Only way you attack it. No reason attacking the other. Or if you want to parlay the under 1.5, the under 1.5 is at minus 310. That's a good parlay piece as well. Parlay the under 1.5. Yakayev's gonna knock him out in the first round. I have nothing really much else to say about that. It's a squash match. Minus 2,000 favorite in the UFC. You never get that. So yeah, first round knockout, Yakayev. Under 1.5 parlay piece, or take Yakayev by knockout at minus 165. I have not that much else to say about that one. Next fight, Asu Alamabaya taking on Alex Perez. I almost said Alex Pereira. Alex Perez. Guys, Alamabaya is a minus 200. Alex Perez is a plus 170. Personally, I went back and forth on this fight a little bit because I thought Alex Perez might actually have a chance. But I kind of went with, like, you know what, the injuries I believe is gonna be too much for Perez. I think Perez is like if this was Perez 2 years ago, I'd probably be taking him. I'd be thinking, like, you know what, this is a good underdog spot. But there's too many injuries, and at the age he's at, I don't believe he's gonna have the athleticism anymore to stop Alamabaya from the takedowns. I think Alamabaya is gonna be able to get to those double A's over and over again. It's gonna be just a wrestling match, rinse and repeat over and over again. Like I said, Perez doesn't have the athleticism anymore. His knees are shot. Too many damn injuries. He's a very very good fighter himself. He's a veteran in the sport, but just way too many injuries. But I'm gonna take it on to Alamabayev. I think he wins this fight. He's a minus 200 favorite. Alex Perez is a plus 170. Over 2.5 is a minus 200. Under 2.5 is a plus 150. If you go and take Alamabaya by knockout, plus 1,000. Alamabaya by submission, plus 450. Alamabaya by decision, plus 170. Alex Perez by knockout, plus 550. Alex Perez by submission, plus 1,200. Alex Perez by decision, plus 385. Personally, guys, I think this fight's going to decision. If you want to take this fight, the fight to go to decision is a minus 165. Two best bets I like for this fight. If you are as high on Asu Alamabayev as a lot of people are, you're gonna take him by decision. Him to win this fight by decision at plus 120, you're gonna get a plus price tag on that. Plus 120 on Asu Alamabayev by decision. But the safest play in this whole entire thing is going to be that fight to go to decision at minus 165. I know I get it. Plus 120, minus 165. Everyone's going to go for that plus 120 because it's plus money. Might as well go for it. And especially if you think the guy wins. I think Asu Alamabayev wins, and I think he does it by decision. I think this fight goes to decision either way. But just in case Alex Perez makes this as a good fight, he won't knock out Asu. This fight will go to decision. It might be close. So the best bet. This is two different things. The best bet is Asu Alamabayev by decision at a plus 120. The safest bet is the fight to go to decision at a minus 165. You pick which one. I got Asu Alamabayev. I think he wins by decision, but it depends. Like after this is over, I'm gonna post my video where I'll have all my free plays in the description. I'll have my lock of the day plays on Buy Me a Coffee page. But you guys will know. We'll see if I'm going to take the fight to go to decision, or if I'm taking Asu Alamabaya by decision. But like I said, best bet Asu Alamabaya by decision. Safest bet the fight to go the distance at a minus 165. So those are only two ways I see attacking this one. The fight's going to decision. The fight is going to decision. Like even if Alex Perez wins, it's going to decision. Next one, guys. Let's see if I can pronounce his name now. Next fight is going to be Saigid Izagakmayev. I'm taking on Nicholas Dalby, guys. I'm not going to say that name again. I'm just going to call him Saigid. Saigid is going to win this fight. Minus 340. Taking on Nicholas Dalby at a plus 270. Over 2.5, say minus 150. Under 2.5, say plus 115. Personally, guys, I think I think Sagan is gonna win this fight pretty easily. I think he's gonna take down Dalby. Dalby's getting up there in age. He doesn't have the athleticism anymore. Dalby likes to swing very heavy, and I do believe if he tries to open up a swing heavy on this guy, he's gonna get that double leg right under those shots and take him down. And I believe this fight's gonna be a lot of top pressure. And personally, I took this fight. Personally, I think he wins by submission. By submission and a plus 160 by decision. Dalby by knockout a plus 950. Dalby by submission plus 2,000. Dalby by decision is going to be a plus 425. Guys, personally, I think he wins this fight. I think he finishes it. But if I had to make a pick on exactly how I think he gets it done, I'm gonna say submission. I wouldn't parlay Saigon. I wouldn't personally. It's not like a spot I want to like to parlay him. He's a minus 340, but I do believe he gets this fight done. If you are more confident in him than I am, then maybe it's a good parlay piece. But personally, I don't think it's a good parlay piece. I think it's possible he gets upset, but I do believe if he wins this fight, he's gonna get it done by the submission. I think it's gonna be too much top control, and eventually he will get a hold of that neck, take the back of Dalby, and submitting him. Let me see. What's the safest bet? Is I give you a safe bet, then I give you a best bet. So safe bet for this one is going to be hmm. I don't have a safe bet for this one. Just looking at all the lines, I don't have a safe bet. Yeah, I don't have a safe bet for this one. Personally, I think the only way attacking this fight is going to be that plus 400 by submission. It's not going to be one you want to put too much investment in. It's one of those fights that's going to be back and forth. It can go it can go either way, like by a finish by is Gamayev, or it can go to decision. But personally, that plus 400 price tag looks like a good spot. I think Sagid wins, not a parlay piece at all. That minus 340. You don't want to have this guy at a minus 340 and him to mess up your whole entire parlay. So to me, he's not a good parlay piece. But if you're gonna bet this fight, throw something small on it and take a gig by submission plus 400. That's my pick for that one. Like I don't have a safe pick for that one because I don't see anything safe in that one. But the best bet, take the submission prop. I think he gets it done by submission. That's how I think he gets it done. So plus 400, that's a good spot for that one. Next fight, guys, one I'm very excited for. I'm a big fan of both of these guys, but I'm more of a fan of one guy's. I've been watching him since the beginning, since before he got to the UFC. Luke Riley making his UFC debut, taking on Bogdan Grad. This is going to be a great fight, guys. Great fight. Bogdan Grad's a dog. He walks forward. He's going to probably try to mix in some takedowns, and he's going to land some shots. And he's going against a very young prospect, a guy that trains with Paddy Pimblett. I've been watching Luke Riley for a long time in Cage Warriors. I've been waiting for this day for him to get to the UFC. I said many times in my breakdown videos that Luke Riley will be in the UFC one day, and he's finally actually here. And he's taking on a very hard fight for his first fight in Bogdan Grad. Bogdan Grad's a dog, man. This guy throws down. He mixes in some takedowns, and Bogdan Grad's a very good fighter. It's a tough fight for him in his first fight of his whole entire career. But guys, I'm taking Luke Riley. I like Luke Riley a lot, man. I think he comes in here and I think he can win this fight probably by a knockout. I think he can put away Bogdan Grad. Bogdan Grad has shown he's a dog, but he can get hurt. And if Luke Riley catches him flush, he can put this guy away. Bogdan Grad's going to try to get this fight to the floor, in my opinion. But I think Luke Riley, if he's been working on his takedown defense the way I think he has, I think he's going to be tailor made for this one. I think Riley probably puts him away and knocks him out. I'm a big fan of Luke Riley. So Luke Riley, a minus 260 favorite. Bogdan Grad plus 215. Over 2.5 at minus 110. Under 2.5 at minus 120. Luke Riley by knockout plus 140. Luke Riley by decision is a plus 200. And Luke Riley by sub, where Luke Riley won't sub him, but Luke Riley by sub is a plus 1800. Bogdan Grad by knockout plus 650. Bogdan Grad by submission plus 1200. Bogdan Grad by decision plus 550. Personally, if you're going to be betting Bogdan Grad and you think Bogdan Grad could win this fight, take that decision prop at a plus 550 because Bogdan Grad will not finish Luke Riley. I'm going to tell you that right now. I can almost guarantee Bogdan Grad will not finish Luke Riley. So if he wins this fight, it's going to be a close decision. And if you want to take that plus 550, you get a plus 500 price tag on that. If you do believe he gets this fight done, he finishes him. But I'm on the Luke Riley side. I think Luke Riley puts him away. Plus 140 by the knockout. That looks like a good spot. I already like Luke Riley on the money line as a parlay piece. I like him a lot. Like I said, I'm a big fan of Luke Riley. I've been watching him for a very long time. Let me go check that double chance real quick. They gotta have a double chance by knockout or decision, Luke Riley. Let me see this real quick. I gotta find it. Double chance right here. Luke Riley by knockout or decision minus 250. Yeah. If you're gonna, might as well take the money line. Personally, those are the only two ways. The safe play is Luke Riley on the money line. That's the safe play. Take Luke Riley on the money line, parlay him with somebody. Maybe parlay Luke Riley with what was the other guy I just had? Maybe the under 1.5 in the Yakaya fight. Or take Yakaya by inside the distance with Luke Riley. That's a good parlay spot. I can see that one as well. But like I said, safe play is Luke Riley. I think Luke Riley wins this fight. If you want to take a little plus money price tag, you want to get a better price tag on it, Luke Riley by knockout plus 140. That one looks good as well. I like Luke Riley a lot in this spot. He's one of my favorite fighters. I'm very excited to watch him fight. So hopefully he comes out here and wins this one. I'm a big fan of Luke Riley. So Luke Riley by knockout or just parlay him, parlay the money line. Next fight, guys. Tagir Ulanbekov taking on let me try to pronounce his name. Kyoji Hiroguchi. I think I said that right. Hiroguchi. This one, guys, I'm taking Hiroguchi. I know a lot of people are going to be on Tagir Ulanbekov on this spot, but these are one of my underdogs I'm actually going to be taking a shot on. I think Hiroguchi is the veteran. He's had many, many fights with good fighters, and this fight's going to be a grappling match. And it's going to be a grappling match. Ulanbekov's most likely going to shoot a takedown like he always does. And I don't. I just think Hiro Gucci is going to be able to out grapple him. I think he can eventually end up on top. I think he can land some top pressure on him, land some ground and pound, shoot for some submissions on Tagir. I don't believe he'll be able to submit Tagir, but I do believe he can out grapple Tagir. One thing about Tagir, he's a part of that Khabib camp, but Tagir is like I don't want to be an asshole, but Tagir is almost like that the disappointment of the Khabib camp. He's a very good fighter, but he always messes up something. He puts himself in a bad situation every single time, and he goes out there and loses the fight. Even if he wins, he always makes the fight very close. It's going to be a close fight, and now he's going up against a guy where he's going to try to take him down. But Hiroguchi's going to have the grappling transitions and a lot of great grappling for him as well. So. Personally, I'm taking Hiroguchi. I think he wins this fight. Tagir Ulanbekov is a minus 215. Hiroguchi's a plus 178. The over 2.5 is a minus 310. Under 2.5 is a plus 225. Where are the props? Ulanbekov by knockout plus 850. Ulanbekov by the submission plus 500. Ulanbekov by decision a plus 125. Hiroguchi by knockout plus 800. Hiroguchi by submission plus 2200. And Hiroguchi by decision is a plus 235. Personally, guys, there's no reason to chase a prop on this one because the props are already so close. But if you're on the Ulanbekov side, he won't finish Hiroguchi, in my opinion. Like Ulanbekov doesn't finish anybody. So if you want to be on a prop for the Ulanbekov side, take that decision prop. You're gonna get plus money, plus 125. If you're on the Ulanbekov side, that plus 125 looks like a good spot. Personally, I am on Hiroguchi, so I'm just gonna be taking the money line. So the best bet and the safest bet for this fight, in my opinion, is at plus 178. Hiroguchi on the money line. I think Hiroguchi wins this fight in a close grappling match, and eventually he just comes out on top and probably wins this fight by decision. So, like I said, I'm on Hiroguchi. I think he wins it. Give me him on the money line. Hiroguchi plus 178. Best bet of the whole entire, not the whole entire card of that fight. Hiroguchi on the money line, the best bet for that fight. Next fight, guys. It's going to be Shamil Gaziev taking on Waldo Cortez Acosta. Waldo Cortez Acosta is coming in on short notice on this one. And guys, I'm actually taking him. I'm taking him on short notice. I think he gets this fight done by knockout. Gaziev's going to try to take him down, but Acosta has some good takedown defense he has shown. He was able to stop a lot of these takedowns before, and I just believe he's going to be able to outbox Gaziev. Gaziev is a guy that he explodes in that first round, then he gets tired. Waldo Cortez Acosta has shown, one, he has a chin. And number two, he has a gas tank that lasts all 3 rounds, and he'll be able to land that knockout shot eventually. Gaziev doesn't move his head very well. His head's going to be down the center line, and Acosta's eventually is going to wind up land that hard shot on him. I think he puts him away. I know he's on short notice, but still, I do like him in this fight. But either way, I think he gets it done by knockout. Gaziev's at plus 122 on the money line. Acosta on 3 days' notice is still a favorite at a minus 142. The over 2.5 is a minus 105. The under 2.5 is a minus 125. So it seems like the bookies are favoring the under in this one as well. Gaziev by knockout plus 240. Gaziev by decision a plus 450. Acosta by knockout plus 250. Gazia by decision plus 240. I didn't say the submission props, guys, because no one's getting submitted in this fight. Gaziev submission plus 1,000. Cortez by submission plus 2,000. They're not getting submitted in this fight, in my opinion, guys. So there's no reason to even talk about that. But I think Acosta wins this fight minus 142. The best bet for this one, guys, personally, is going to be Acosta on the money line already, minus 142, because if he wins this fight by knockout, I think he does. I think he can knock out Gaziev. But Cortez can also win this fight by submission, by decision. He also has that style of fighting where he can just dance around the outside, land some shots on the outside, move around, and probably eventually just annoy you. And that's the one thing he might want to do against Gaziev, because Gaziev will get tired later on, and he will be able to land those shots the farther the fight goes on. Gaziev, I think that if you're on the Gaziev side, the only way to win the attack this fight, guys, is going to be that plus 450. He won't knock out Acosta, in my opinion. He will not. If Sergey Pavlovich couldn't land all those hard shots he was landing on Acosta, and he couldn't put away Acosta, there's no way Gaziev's going to be able to do it, in my opinion. So if you're on the Gaziev side, just take that plus 450 on the submission prop. On the decision prop. He will, if he's going to win this fight, it's going to go to decision. He will not knock out Acosta. But I'm on the Acosta side. So personally, the best bet for this one's Acosta on the money line plus 142. But I think he's going to knock him out. I think he's going to knock out Gaziev. So if you want plus plus money prop, just a personal prop for this one fight. It's going to be Acosta by knockout at plus 250. But I do believe Acosta wins this fight. Either he knocks out Gaziev after Gaziev eventually gets tired in that second or third round, he puts him away. Or if he just outstrikes him, moves around the ring, use those lateral movements like he always does, and then just showboats, lands some strikes, and wins a decision prop. But safest play, Acosta by the money line, minus 142. The little get rich play is going to be the plus 250, him to win by knockout. So like I said, I'm on Acosta. 3 days notice or not, I think Acosta wins this fight. Now, guys, get into the next one. We're flying through these ones, guys. Next fight is going to be, I think it's Mitterbeck Orabai taking on Jack Hermanson. This one, guys, I'm on Orabai, and I think Orabai gets this fight done pretty easily. I'm not going to lie. I know a lot of people are on Jack. I see so many people on Jack, but Jack's coming down so much weight, and I don't know how that's going to transition. Jack is, I think he's 36 or 37 years old at this point, and he's coming down a weight class. That's not going to translate very well. A lot of people at his age, they go up a weight class. He's dropping down to 170, and I don't believe it's going to translate very well. He looked very sucked up at the weigh-ins. Yes, people are saying, oh yeah, he's coming down because he wants to be the bigger fighter, fighting against the smaller guys. Well, the one fight he's dropping down to 170, he's fighting the biggest guy in this weight class in Orabai. Orabai could be fighting at 185, so all Jack's doing is fighting a guy that should be at 185 anyway. But Jack's cutting a whole bunch of weight to get there. Orabai's used to it. Jack's not. I think Jack's gonna be sucked up. I don't think Jack's gonna be able to last as long as he can usually with the cardio. I think Orabai's eventually gonna land those hard shots and probably win this fight. I want to say, Dan, do I want to say knockout? I don't know. It's either a knockout or a submission. So let's go over these props and I can find something I like the most. Or by the money line minus 210. Jack Hermanson money line plus 175. Over 2.5 to minus 165. Under 2.5 say plus 125. If you go to Orabai by knockout, is going to be a plus 320. Orabai by submission plus 575. Orabai by decision plus 175. Jack Hermanson plus 1200 for the knockout. Jack Hermanson plus 800 for submission. Jack Hermanson plus 350 by decision. Let me see. Let me see if I like anything here. Let me see. That's the best bet I like. The best bet I like for this one, guys, I can say right now, is I only see one spot I like in this whole entire fight. Unless you want to take Orabai on the money line and parlay him with somebody from the minus 210, try to get it down a little bit. The only spot I like in this one is take Orabai to win in round 2 to start. I don't think Orabai finishes Jack in the first round. If he finishes Jack, it's going to be in that second or third round. So I do believe that the round 2 will start in this fight. And I do believe Mirtebek Orabai wins this fight. Jack's coming down way too much weight. And then, like I said, he's trying to be the bigger guy in this weight class, coming down at 36 years old, coming down to 170. That's just way too much, in my opinion. And now he's fighting a guy in Orabai. Orabai's a mammoth, dude. Like, see how big this dude's head is? His head is like giant. This guy should be fighting at 185. But now Jack's is fighting a guy in the same exact weight class. But now Orabai's actually used to it. Jack's older, not used to it. So I'm taking Orabai. The best bet for this one, guys, safest play, in my opinion, is going to be Mirtebek Orabai to win the fight in round 2 to start. I don't believe he finishes Jack in the first round. If he finishes Jack, it's going to be in that third or that second round or a decision victory. So that's the bet for this one. Best bet for this fight, Mirtek Orabai to win the fight in round 2 to start. So now, let's get into this next one, guys. Next fight is going to be Volkan Oezdemir taking Alonzo Menefield. This one, guys, I'm taking Oezdemir, and I think Oezdemir wins this fight by knockout personally. I think Alonzo Menefield is going to be very stiff in there. I think he's going to try to take down Oezdemir. But I think if Oezdemir stops those takedowns, Oezdemir is just going to put it on him on the feet and eventually knock out Menefield. Menefield doesn't have the best head movement. Menefield's very stiff, and yeah, I agree with you. I'll never bet Menefield. Yeah, personally, like I'm not a big fan. I'm not a fan of Menefield personally, but this might be a fight you might just want to pass on overall because I don't trust either of these guys. Personally, I might not have any money on this fight. The pick is going to be Oezdemir, and I think Oezdemir does it by knockout. But this is more like a pass altogether because I'm not going to bet a Menefield, and I don't want to bet Oezdemir at a minus 235 price tag. So I'm taking Volkan Oezdemir. He's a minus 235. Menefield's a plus 195 on the money line. Over 2.5 to plus 120. Under 2.5 to minus 155. Uzumir by knockout a plus 135. Uzumir by decision plus 325. Uzumir wins by submission plus 900. Alonzo Menifield by knockout is going to be plus 500. Alonzo Menifield by submission plus 1600. Alonzo Menifield by decision plus 475. Like I said, guys, I think the only way to bet this fight, because I'm probably not gonna put anything on it really. I might have it in a long shot parlay, but that's probably about it. I think Uzmir wins this fight. I think he does it by knockout, so that's the only way I'd probably bet this fight. If you're gonna bet this fight, just take Uzmir by knockout at plus 135. I think he does shut out the lights of Alonzo Menifield. Alonzo Menifield is very stiff, doesn't move his head very well, and I think this if Uzmir lands any of those hard shots, he's gonna put him away. So I don't have too much time on this fight because, like I said, I'm probably not going to be betting it. So the best bet for this one is going to be Volkan Uzumir to win by knockout. That plus 125 is going to be the best spot for you to attack it. But personally, like I said, it's probably a pass altogether. Now, guys, the co-main event. Before I get to this co-main event, let me take a drink. Co-main event, guys. Bilal Muhammad taking on Ian Machado Gary. Guys, I like Ian Machado Gary in this spot a lot. I'm a big fan of Ian Gary. A lot of people hate on the dude. A lot of people they hate on the guy for no reason. Honestly, I'm gonna say that right now. People hate on him for no reason. People are just like I think people. Well, let me just vent real quick before. I think people judge other people's lives way too much. Like that ain't your life. That ain't your household. That you have nothing to do with that, man. Stop hating on someone just because of what they do in their life and their own personal life. There's no reason. Like, bro, like we're fight fans. Like why hate on someone's personal life? Like, who cares? Like, I think people give them way too much shit about that. Like, it's my personal opinion. Anybody has their right to their own opinion. I think people need to just let people live their own damn lives and stop judging people no reason. Like, who are we to be judges? Like who are we? That's my whole vent for this. Like, but yeah, I like Ian Machado Gary in this spot a lot. I think Bilal Muhammad's gonna take him down or try to take him down, but I think Ian Gary's takedown defense is good enough to stop it. We've seen with Shavkat where Ian Gary was able to do very well in the takedown defense, and he made that fight with Shavkat very good fight. Personally, I think Ian Gary wins this fight by decision. I think he's going to be very smart. Ian Gary is probably the one of the most has probably the best fight IQ in his whole entire division. Probably a top 5 fight IQ in the whole entire UFC. He knows that Bilal's going to try to take him down. So what Ian Gary's going to do is Ian Gary's going to stay on the outside, land those leg kicks, move around the ring, land that long jab, and just be prepped to stop the takedowns. And if he stops those takedowns, he's going to piece up Bilal Muhammad on the feet, in my opinion. I think Ian Gary wins this fight. I think this fight goes to decision. I think Ian Gary gets this fight done by decision. The over 2.5 is a minus 285. Under 2.5 is a plus 265. Bilal Muhammad a plus 230. Ian Gary is a minus 280. If you go look at the props, Bilal Muhammad by decision plus 325. Bilal Muhammad by knockout plus 1800. Bilal Muhammad by sub is a plus 1400. Ian Gary by knockout plus 450. Ian Gary by sub plus 1100. Ian Gary by decision is a plus 120. Personally, guys, I only see two ways of attacking this fight. Like I said, I like Ian Gary a lot. I'm a big fan of this dude. I think he's legit top 3 fighter in this division. We saw what he did against Shavkat. He made a good fight with Shavkat. Um, yeah, the only two things I see, only two ways attacking this fight, in my opinion, are either going to be take Ian Gary on the money line, put him in a parlay, and I like him a lot as a parlay piece, so that's probably that minus 280. Put him in a parlay with something, and that might be a good spot. And then the other spot I like is if you want a single bet on this fight, is going to be Ian Gary by decision. I don't believe he knocks out Bilal Muhammad. I think Bilal is good enough to have a chin and has championship. What is it? What is that word? Championship DNA to actually last all 3 rounds of Ian Gary. But I do believe Ian Gary wins this fight. Like I said, plus 120 on the decision prop is probably the best way to go if you want a single bet. But I also like Ian Gary as a parlay piece. So give me Ian Gary in this one. I think he does it by decision. I think we're going to get a number 1 contender in him because Shavkat's going to be out. So I do think Ian Gary is going to be a number 1 contender very soon. Now, guys, for the main event, Arman Tsarukyan taking on Dan Hooker in the main event of the night. Let's get right into these odds before I let you guys know who I think wins this fight. Minus 675 for Arman Tsarukyan. Plus 460 for Dan Hooker. Over 3.5 is a minus 110. Under 3.5 is a minus 120. If we go look at the props, The props are Armin Tsarukyan by knockout at plus 160. Armin Tsarukyan by submission plus 325. Armin Tsarukyan by decision plus 320 plus 235. Hooker by knockout plus 800. Hooker by sub plus 2200 and Hooker by decision plus 1000. If you go look at it, guys, my pick's gonna be Armin Tsarukyan. I think Tsarukyan is better everywhere. Personally, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I guess the overall striking capabilities, I think it's gonna be on Dan Hooker because Dan Hooker is a very elite striker. But I think the power is on Tsarukyan's side. If he hits Dan Hooker, I think he puts him away. I think he can out wrestle Dan Hooker. I think he can take him down over and over again. Tsarukyan's wrestling is way better than Gamrot. We saw what Gamrot was able to take down Hooker. And one thing about Tsarukyan, he won't get tired. Gamrot got tired. Tsarukyan will not get tired. So I do believe this fight's gonna be all over Tsarukyan. He's a big favorite. I think he deserves it. Personally, I like him as a parlay piece. I think he beats Dan Hooker everywhere. I'm sorry, KM. I know you're probably a big fan of Dan Hooker, but I just think Tsarukyan's gonna like honestly win this fight pretty easily. I don't think Dan Hooker beats him probably anywhere. I think Tsarukyan's gonna put him away. I think he's gonna end up knocking out Dan Hooker. Like I said, parlay piece is the best spot. I like him as a parlay piece. Probably one of my most confident picks of the night is gonna be the main event is Sarukian. But the best bet for this one is gonna be as a straight bet on this fight is going to be Armin Sarukian inside the distance minus 155. Bro, back then, dude, I know. I'm personally, I'm gonna say this right now. Armin Sarukian's a bitch for that. Like just a big bitch. Like, what guy? Why the fuck would he headbutt him? Like, honestly, that pissed me off. Like, I'm not really a person that likes to cuss a lot, but that really pissed me off. Like, when I watched the weigh-ins, I saw him headbutt him. I was like, what the fuck is wrong with you, bro? I'm like, you fucking crazy. Like, I was like, yeah, I don't like that shit at all. I think he's a bitch for that. But I'm gonna be taking Sarukian. I think Sarukian finishes him. Minus 155 is the best bet for this personal fight. Armin Tsarukyan inside the distance, but Armin Tsarukyan by the money line. Let me see. Is there a way I can reach out to bro and message you when we cool discuss picks things? Get a chance without disrupting the lives, bro. Yeah, bro. I don't know if you have an Instagram. If you have an Instagram, follow my Instagram. It's gonna be the underscore wager underscore zone. Follow my Instagram. One more time, say it. I can put it right here. Hold on. Can I type it? Is there a way I can type on this? I don't want to mess it up. I don't know about YouTube lives that well, dude. I'll be messing with this shit that much. But yeah, it's gonna be the underscore wager underscore zone. Follow my Instagram. You can hit me up on there, and we can discuss fights all the time. I have a lot of followers messaging me about fights, and oh, you don't have an Insta? Let me think. How can I do this? I'll figure out a way, Cam. I'll figure out a way. I'll figure out a way, Cam. Let me think about it. You good, bro. Don't have to worry. Yeah, I would say I was trying to think of it, but yeah, I'm on Instagram a lot. But yeah, yeah, like I said, Sarukian, I think he's gonna win this fight. I think Sarukian honestly wins this fight pretty easily. But yeah, that's gonna be the full entire breakdown. Sarukian's gonna be the main event. And now I told you guys, if you guys are here at the end, I'm gonna give you one lock of the day parlay. The lock of the day parlay for this event, guys. I have one of them. It is going to be a two-leg parlay. It's going to be Ian Gary and Armin Sarukian, two-leg parlay. Book it. Ian Gary wins that fight against Bilal. Armin Sarukian takes out Hooker. I think this fight's going to be done. So yeah, two-leg parlay for one lock of the day. If you guys are here, I gave you guys that for free. If you guys want access to any of my other lock of the day plays, tune into my watch along tomorrow or become a member at the Buy Me a Coffee page. You get access to all sports for my log of the day plays, and you guys can start cashing out with me for all different types of sports. But yeah, KM, I will see you tomorrow. Like the video, subscribe to the page. If you guys are still here rocking with me after the repost, watching all 48 minutes, you got a free log of the day plays, and I fuck with you because you fuck with me. And all right, guys, I am out of here. See you tomorrow, KM. I will let you know tomorrow about how you can reach out to me. I'll find a way how more people can reach out to me. I have more. You're not the only person that's asked me that how they can reach out to me after besides the YouTube. So I'll figure that out for you guys. And all right, I'll see you guys. Watch along tomorrow morning. Go check out my other videos. We out of here.